Three, two, one.
This is the mystery video analysis and conclusions by our anonymous aviation expert. They wanted their identity to be anonymous simply because this is such a controversial topic. First, I want to start with what the expert said about the aircraft itself. They said the aircraft exhibited some improbable movements. The tight turn of the aircraft, and Smitty, we commented about it, appears to be doing evasive maneuvers.
Yeah.
The tight turn of the aircraft is from a perspective other than a normal looking up. The turn of the aircraft was greater than the standard rate of 2 minutes for a 360-degree turn. The aviation expert also said about the aircraft itself, at first they thought the aircraft was an Antonov AN-225 due to its Y-shaped tail. This craft is a strategic airlift cargo aircraft designed and produced by the Antonov Design Bureau in the Soviet Union. It was originally developed during the 1980s as an enlarged derivative of the AN-124 for the specific purpose of transporting Buran-class orbiters. I had no idea what that was. That's the designation for the entire Soviet-Russian space plane project. But after lengthier inspection, our aviation expert said that they determined the aircraft was actually a Boeing or an Airbus, with Boeing being more likely. Now, I do want to point out that MH370 was a Boeing. Okay, it was a Boeing 777. It is classified military testing. He or she said the event was recorded by at least 2 different angles, suggesting the military knew in advance of the testing. I thought that was a great point. And so this really solidified, I think, for our aviation expert that this was indeed classified military testing. That whatever our aviation expert was seeing in these videos was not a commercial plane. The expert said this would make the aircraft military, not commercial, and now the contenders for the aircraft include either a Boeing 737, 757, or 767, each of which have military variants. I want to note again that MH370 was a commercial Boeing 777. Our aviation expert said these 3 devices could be next-generation guided weapons. The 3 devices do not appear to be a final product, but rather are more likely to be a scaled-down beta version of certain systems. Some of the videos show some sort of very distinct exhaust trail being emitted from the 3 devices. The 3 devices are probably, this is according to our expert, a blending of existing technology with new technology. They appear to be testing a design for finally adjusting trajectory, speed, and distance from the object being tracked, in this case, the aircraft. So next up from our expert, they told us, well, okay, this is the value in an operational setting of such technology. And this is some pretty mind-blowing stuff here. The devices could represent a fire and return system. The devices could represent a next-gen air-to-air offensive weapon system. The devices could represent observation technology to intercept, track, and follow rogue or unknown military or civilian flights. The devices could represent enhanced weapons that have a loiter time. This would allow visual confirmation of an enemy target prior to impact and detonation. Let's talk about some of the conclusions here. First, UFO technology. Okay, just because the videos might reveal a blend of existing technology, and this is what we were saying, Smitty, with new technology, that does not mean that this isn't UFO or reverse engineered UFO tech. There are a lot of reports of UFO activity over military training areas. Why is there so much UFO activity over military training areas? Well, guess what? This aviation expert's analysis of these mysterious videos in 2014 makes this make perfect sense. There are reports of highly advanced and very top secret satellite capabilities, such as that of a recent report from John Greenwald's The Black Vault about a program called Sentient. All right, this is an actual program discovered through FOIA request by the Black Vault. And here's how Sentient is described: an omnivorous analysis tool capable of devouring data of all sorts, making sense of the past and present, anticipating the future, and pointing satellites toward what it determines will be the most interesting parts of that future. Pretty scary and amazing is right, and such a program aligns perfectly with our aviation experts' analysis of these videos. There are also a lot of military aircraft encounters. David Grush, who also spoke at the UFO hearing recently, he's now known as the UFO whistleblower, says that we have recovered alien bodies and UFOs. He says there are powerful disinformation entities engaged in active campaigns against individuals and the population. This disinformation assertion matches perfectly with the theory that the CGI component of the flash disappearance was, which we talked about earlier in this video, was added to the legitimate UFO training videos. All right, next up, some other conclusions that we could talk about here. Skinwalker Ranch, UAPs that they see there, they show them on television quite often, and 1.6 gigahertz. I'm much more interested in this signal now. And you know what Travis Taylor did when he discovered this 1.6 gigahertz signal? He went straight to the UFO task force. He went straight to the government and wanted to know, hey, is this ours? What do you know? He ended up on the UFO task force.